This video is sponsored by Surfshark. We had no idea how shocking Germany could be.
Everybody, as a big surprise, is as nude as the day they were born.
And how little we are prepared for heading north into Europe on this Arctic adventure of a lifetime. Our first night in Germany. Let's see how this goes. We've been living on our off-road camper truck now for almost 2 months and giving up van life in the UK for an overland quest to the Arctic Circle with hopes to reach Lapland by Christmas.
Our preheater is our lifeline and we have got a problem with it.
The idea behind this adventure was to give our new Hotmobile Gladiator demountable camper van conversion a proper shakedown trip before heading over the pond to start RV life in America.
Without the preheater, we ain't going to the Arctic.
And what better destination to test the camper and ourselves than Scandinavia, the Nordics and the Arctic at winter time.
We didn't actually manage to get snow chains in the end.
We've only just arrived in mainland Europe from the UK, and Bruges was our first destination where we had many obstacles to overcome. Injecting us with our first bit of Christmas spirit is now the time to move from Belgium to Germany, where there is more than a few surprises in store for us.
We've actually arrived in Germany on one of the most unique days of the year.
As soon as we walked down there, I felt a really sort of dark, kind of heavy feeling come all over me, and it was horrible.
These are, you can park camper van here, no?
It leaves us wondering what sort of journey we are on. Is it an adventure or a quest? And with every mile north, we ask ourselves, are we ready for what's about to come?
How can you get lost following Google Maps? I don't know, we can. Welcome back to the channel and this Arctic adventure. We are driving, self-driving, overland from the UK to Lapland in the Arctic Circle. And we've made it as far as Bruges, which isn't that far, but it's okay because we've had a lot of obstacles so far with a boiler and leaks and breakdown all in the first part, hopefully clearing the way for a clean run. And today we have we could stay in Bruges for a lot longer because it's so lovely, but today if we've got any chance of making Lapland for Christmas, we've got to get through Germany. So we're going to hopefully today cross from Belgium into Germany, and by the end of this part of the trip, we should be hopefully reaching northern Germany. When we're in northern Germany, it means we're this close to Scandinavia. As soon as we're in Scandinavia, we know that we've got to take things a little bit more slowly because of the snow and the ice and what have you. We can't go rushing that stuff. So we're very, very conscious of that. So there is a little bit of pace. If we can get as far as Hamburg, we'll be very, very happy. But first, we're going to go a little bit south, to go a little bit east, to go north again, because we really want to see some stuff along the way as well. Because we're here, it's winter, it's beautiful. So let's leave Bruges, let's try and leave Belgium, and let's get cracking.
Bye-bye Bruges! Bruges is one of the most beautiful cities that I've visited in Europe. It is so, so pretty, very magical, and it's going to be sad to say goodbye, but I'm really actually looking forward to Germany now, so let's go. Leaving the beautiful city of Bruges behind, we hit the highway heading for the German border. Our destination is hopefully a small city called Aachen, which will be a nice change to go somewhere less touristy. En route, we grabbed a coffee and realised it was a Sunday, which means a lot of the supermarkets were closed. In fact, later we found out that today was a very important day in the whole of Germany, resulting in lots of closed shops. So we grabbed some passable sandwich material from a service station and made a bite to eat in the Gladiator before taking the last very windy journey to Aachen. What's going on then?
Well, firstly, it's like t-shirt weather almost. I don't know what's going on, because we were just a couple of nights ago, it was like literally on the cusp of being freezing to 1 degrees around that area, and now it's like 11-12 degrees. It's ridiculous. And we're lost, sort of. How can you get lost following Google Maps? I don't know, we can. I'm just hoping that I've found it now. I've had to sort of look at myself. We're going to a park. We're going to run a risk because we want to park there and walk into the city, because apparently this is like the first German town city you come to, and it's got like the best Christmas market in the whole of Europe. So we might as well go and see if we can check that out, and other stuff as well. So anyway, let's go and find the park before it gets dark. this isn't a good park up to come to in the daytime, leave your vehicle and come back at night, because it's going to be pitch black here later on.
I know.
And we're barely going to be able to find the frigging thing, let alone, you know, it be safe. So I think we'll follow your idea, go back down, park in the city, go and do whatever we want to do there, and then come back up here later.
Yeah, I think so.
It's too dodgy otherwise. Way too dodgy.
Okay, cool. So we've got an idea. Liam's come up with a genius plan.
Maybe.
Maybe. If we go into town, this place here is quite famous for being like, it's got a really big spa, a really popular spa. And where we stayed for the last few nights didn't have any sort of shower facilities there. It was an air, so it didn't have anything like that. So we need a shower. And we thought that maybe we could sort of double up, use the spa facilities, wash our hair, get clean, and then come back to the van and wild camp for the night. So we get to experience like one of the best spas as well as get clean at the same time. And I think that's a great plan, so I'm well up for it.
So I'm sat outside a cafe here in the Koln in Germany, trying to book ferry. We're going to need a ferry from Denmark into either Sweden or Norway, and there's different combinations. I'm just trying to see what the prices are and stuff. I'm using a public Wi-Fi whilst doing it from this beautiful cafe here, and when you're using public Wi-Fi, it's so important that you use a VPN, and we use Surfshark VPN. VPN stands for Virtual Private Network, and basically what it does is it establishes a secure connection between you and the internet, which protects you from online attackers, people trying to steal your information and do all sorts of horrible stuff. It's very important in this day and age to have this on all of your devices. Surfshark is one of the only VPNs that can have one account installed on all your devices as well, which is really, really good. But another thing that, aside from security, another great thing about Surfshark VPN is I can, because I'm booking ferries, scroll through loads of different countries and tell the internet that I'm in a country that I'm not. What this does often is get you cheaper deals. It takes a little bit of trying out and experimenting, but it can often find you cheaper flights or ferries or what have you. Using the same process as well, you can also use online streaming services as well, like your Netflix and maybe BBC iPlayer, ITVX, that sort of thing, and tell the internet you're in a country that you're not, meaning that you can access, let's say for instance, I'm in Germany, I can access the UK's content that's otherwise hidden behind like a firewall or something. Surfshark is the ultimate travel accessory on your phone. What's great is that Surfshark offer a 30-day money-back guarantee, and also for our audience right now, they're offering unbeatable prices on Surfshark memberships, plus 4 months extra free. All you got to do is go to the link in the description of this video, scan the QR code, or go to surfshark.com/happy days and take advantage of that incredible offer.
Back to town we go. After parking in the city centre, we went to the Carolus Thermen Spa. They don't let you take your phone or camera into the spa itself, which is a shame, as it was a beautiful building filled with different blue lit pools, with many jacuzzi areas and lots of places to relax. We can tell you that I went straight for the hot spa, and Liam, unbeknowingly, went for the most unique sauna experience of his life. Being van lifers, we had taken the opportunity to wash our hair as well. We then went to town to see apparently one of the best Christmas markets in Europe. However, upon arrival, it was shut and the town seemed very desolate. It was very strange, so we went into a sausage shop to enjoy a German staple for the first time, currywurst, which is like a curried Frankfurter sausage on chips with mayo, all completely plant-based. Ticking another authentic dish off the gastro bucket list, it was time to go and find our park up for the night. Okay, cool, we're back in the van now and we are about to go and find our park up for the evening. We went there earlier, but it is now pitch black, so we're gonna go and see what it's like. I'm feeling absolutely exhausted after that, and we also walked about in town as well, so I am ready to just collapse. So yeah, looking forward to parking up.
I hope my eyes are always miles down the road. We must be moving faster than we know.
We're in the woods. Our first night in Germany. Let's see how this goes.
And we know. Goodbye. I've always had.
How knackered are you after that sauna?
Oh, I don't think I've got any water left inside me. It's not good. If I don't get some hydration in me, I'm going to be in some big trouble, I think.
You need a cup of tea.
Yeah, but it was very good. It's a nice feeling, but I'm definitely dehydrated.
So Liam and myself have automatically given ourselves sides to this van, like you give yourself a side to the bed. This is my side over here. It's on the left-hand side in the evening. Liam's always on the right-hand side in the evening, but in the morning I'm over there and he's over here.
Yeah, why is that?
I don't know why. It's just out of habit. It just always happens. And I'm on the right side of the bed, Liam's on the left side. So yeah, just random stuff that happens.
Very random. It messes my head a little bit, man. I don't know why we do that.
In my head, I'm running through the things I left unsaid, and others that I wish I could take back.
Liam!
Can't take it back.
Good morning, my love.
Chasing clouds and highways.
That's all right. Special service for a special lady.
Oh, we've come across the weirdest sort of statue of, it looks like a woman looking over the devil.
It's like a proper devil, like the meaning it to be like an impy devil sort of thing.
Yeah.
Very sort of, I think a lot of German culture's got this sort of darkness embedded into their sort of folklore as well, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think so,
So close to Scandinavia and stuff. I don't know. Guten Morgen from Aachen. What a great park up this has been, apart from a bit of falling debris, because it's very, very strong winds last night. We were all right. It's really good. Just a few dog walkers about this morning. Beautiful autumnal sort of wood still, golden leaves everywhere. Yesterday was interesting. I've got 3 bits of news for you, or 3 situations I need to tell you very quickly. The first one of them's about the van. Bit of bad news, unfortunately, but we'll get to that in a second. The first one, that sauna yesterday, I paid a bit extra to do the sauna experience yesterday in that thermal baths. The thermal baths were amazing. Very Carolus Firmen in Aachen, I recommend to everybody, but take this warning. If you do the sauna experience, everybody, as a big surprise, is as nude as the day they were born. You can wear a towel, but it was a bit of a shock for me because I've never experienced anything like that. So just a warning, it was quite an experience, and the saunas get very, very hot, and it's just something like I've never experienced before, and we've not even reached Finland yet. The second thing is, you obviously last night we went to go and look for the Christmas market. We now know why the Christmas markets were so dead. Apparently yesterday was called Dead Sunday, which sounds really strange, but we've actually arrived in Germany on one of the most unique days of the year, and it's the day before the first Advent Sunday, which was yesterday, and it's the day to commemorate the dead. In I think maybe the whole of Germany, it's a Christian Protestant day to commemorate just anyone who's deceased. So it's really, really nice. They treat it a bit like Remembrance Sunday. So, but also a lot more things are sort of low-key, closed. So that explains the Christmas market. What an interesting day to be here. The third thing, the bad news, or let's call it a situation for now, is that our preheater is our lifeline, and we have got a problem with it. Paul at Autoterm fitted it, or Owen at Autoterm fitted it. He runs Adventure Van Life on YouTube. He's going to the Arctic himself, so he's the man. I've made a mistake with it. I start the preheater every day. It's a thing that warms up the engine in icy conditions, so the engine starts. So I've been getting into the practice of doing it every day, as advised by Paul. So thank you, Paul, for that. I think at some point I might have turned it on when there's not so much fuel in the engine. We try and keep it above 1/4 of a tank, so it would have been around there. But still, I think air bubbles have come through and we've got a fault on there. As you all know with diesel heaters, faults are very, very common. There's a F1 fault or something like that on there. We need it cleared before we go to the Arctic. It's still working, but Paul at Autoterm, God bless him, has engineers all over Europe. And he said if we can get to Hamburg by tomorrow, then we can get it fixed. And we're going to do that because without the preheater, we ain't going to the Arctic. You just can't do it without one. It's now priority. Along the route today, we're off to Cologne. We are going to spend overnight in Cologne because there's a lot to see there, and it's en route to Hamburg. So let's go.
Okay, cool, let's go. I'm feeling on top of the world today. I had a really good night's sleep yesterday, and I've still got this feeling inside me. I don't know if it's going to die off or grow, but I've got this feeling of adventure and freedom that I got when we got on the ferry, and I wake up every morning just feeling really excited about the day, and I'm feeling that now.
Beats anxiety, eh?
Yeah.
Beats the UK anxiety that you have.
Oh my God, it's so much better. It just shows that I really do love to be on the road, and yeah, and I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah.
Feeling positive and excited on this massive adventure we are on towards Scandinavia and hopefully making it to Lapland, we set off on today's road trip to Cologne. The day was bright but cloudy and surprisingly warm for this time of year. However, we have a slight issue that we need to consider before arriving in Cologne city by road.
Alright, so one thing I haven't told you is that Cologne has an ultra low emission zone in the centre of it, a bit like London or cities in England.
Yeah.
Except you need a green ticket.
Okay.
A green ticket for your windshield, which we haven't got.
Oh no.
And we're not going to get time to sort.
No.
So you can get a fine if you get caught without the green thing saying what your emissions are. Now even though we're in a Euro 6, you still need to say you've got a Euro 6 vehicle, therefore being allowed to drive in the city centre.
Right.
Otherwise, it's fine. But we've got to unfortunately play the dumb tourists with this. And I'm thinking what we do is we drive, no messing about at all. We go into the city, we drive straight to the park up, and then tomorrow we drive straight back out again.
Okay.
And then we're limiting the risk of being caught.
Okay.
These are, you can park camper van here, no?
Ich denke schon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Einfach kein Strom und nix.
Not nine and nix. Nine and nix. Okay. Danke. So I think everywhere's got a reserved card on it, and they've all got days of the week. I've worked out what the days of the week are in German. These two in front of us, right on the river, that's the River Rhine, by the way, are on for Friday, which means we're going to be leaving before then. So because we're just overnight, so I'm feeling we can park in these, but you don't get electricity. Do we need electricity?
I don't think so.
I don't think we do we?
No.
We're doing all right off the DC to DC charger.
Yeah.
So we'll just park in this, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think we'll park in this, we'll be all right.
This is a pretty nice spot. We've got this gorgeous view behind us here. It's really, really nice. And I think we walk that way into town, which we're going to go and do after we've eaten. So we're both really hungry.
We're going to have a porridge on the Rhine.
Should we have porridge?
On Rhine.
Porridge on Rhine.
Porridge on Rhine. I mean, like one of these little baby tomatoes put inside the bread. And it's like you've got a tomato sandwich like that, you see. It's like proper student food. There you go. But it will pop everywhere.
Okay, cool. So we are having porridge today. Porridge is going to keep us warm in the colder climates, even though it's not that cold today. We still fancy it because it's very, very filling. And it is very cheap to make. So also we're going to add Huel to it, which is like a protein powder, and it's sort of like a nutritionally complete meal. So we're adding that to it, and we've got banana flavour. It just tastes really nice. So we're adding it to the porridge. We're going to eat that before we head out.
It's December again, I can't believe it. Whatever happened to the rest of the year?
I think we're going to need a serving spoon today.
What do you think? Can't be doing what we're doing with this. Be here all day. Time's money, Janine.
Cheers!
Cheers.
Bon appetit!
How
do they say bon appetit in German?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if they've got one. But in fact, every culture's got one, haven't they?
Yeah.
Have we got one in England?
Cheers.
Cheers, yeah. Sitting here, overlooking the Rhine, listening to the cathedral bells of Cologne in the background.
No.
That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's like 13 degrees outside. That's a good one, actually. Perfected.
Very nice.
keep hearing these sounds like parrots. And there's one up there. It's either a parrot or a parakeet. But either way, it's fascinating. Just up on top of that tree up there, there's two of them. And like, I've just zoomed in on my phone and they're like, they are parrots or parakeets. I can't quite get the colour out, but fascinating. It's probably something to do with all of the warm weather we're having. 17 degrees weather in winter. Unbelievable.
Yeah, but they're not just going to fly across for the weekend.
I've heard that Cologne's warm this time of year. Absolute story of my life. Janine is wearing a ski jacket that goes down to -40 today, and she's boiling because it's 17 degrees. 17 degrees. Janine won't have it, even if the weather people say, or the thermometer says it's 17 degrees. She says, no, it's almost December. Not a chance. I'm not taking my jacket off. And now she's suffering for it. And we're just about to go up that thing. Over 500 stairs, apparently. So who's going to be carrying your jacket?
You.
Yeah, exactly. Next time, please, can we leave the jacket at the van? Give me your jacket then.
It's so hot. Here you go.
Oh, they're playing the Titanic music. Is it that tragic?
It is. Oh, let's climb this thing.
I can't believe they're playing the Titanic music when you take that.
This building is just insane. I don't think I've ever seen a building as, I don't know what to call it, as like dark, gothic, intricate and just like fantastic as this one. It is really big. Just looks small from far away, but yeah. Didn't it? Why are you laughing?
Like all good things look small from far away.
It did, it looked really small from far away, but it's absolutely, like, the window up there is just huge. You could easily, with all of the, like, details going on in it, you could easily take any of it for granted, couldn't you? It's just overwhelmingly awesome.
Every single part of it's amazing.
Yeah. Introducing Cologne Cathedral, once upon a time the largest building in the world. Building of it started in 1248 and took 600 years to complete. What makes it all the more fascinating is inside. In a gold relic is said to be the bodily remains of 3 wise men, otherwise known as the 3 kings. The 3 Magi are a major part of Christmas and biblical history. Coming from the Far East, these mystics, astronomers, who were non-Jewish, saw a bright star in the sky and knew it represented a major shift for planet Earth. We know this shift to be the baby Jesus being born, and whether we are believers in the divine or not, the birth of this child changed the world forever. The 3 wise men are symbolic, as they knew from whatever country they came from, be it India, Iran or Iraq, that some things are bigger than religion, and with it their gifts of gold, frankincense and myrrh foresaw what Jesus' life would represent in the universe, and each gift represented gold, symbolic of wealth, and Jesus being king, frankincense representing divinity, and myrrh symbolising sacrifice, as it's a resin used to embalm and anoint the dead. The gold relic was beautiful, fitting of 3 incredible souls. Liam and I wouldn't identify as Christian, but much like the 3 wise men, maybe identify ourselves more as truth seekers, and once again in our lives are starting to look at this Lapland quest we are on is taking deeper meaning as we follow the path as early as the Christmas story itself.
I'm not sure how this trip has turned into like pilgrimage of some sort, but first of all we saw the blood of Christ, and now today we've seen the 3 wise men, and it's just incredible. It's a sort of history that I'm well interested in, and so Janine as well. Janine loves like pretty looking things as well, so she loved the cathedral, but just to see something that supposedly holds a remnants of the 3 wise men, who their origin, who knows where they come from, somewhere in the east, could be India, could be Persia, you know, Iran, Iraq, that sort of thing, but they were the astronomers, and it's the mysticism part of it all that I love, hence why we love India so much, and that was, as far as things to go and see, that was absolutely epic.
Having had such a wonderful time in the cathedral, it was time to go see something not so uplifting, but a dark time in history that's important not to ignore. So we are bracing ourselves and going to Nazi Gestapo headquarters in Cologne. Housed in Elder House, not far from the cathedral, served as the Nazis' secret police's central base during World War II. It was a site of interrogation and imprisonment of individuals deemed a threat to the regime. The most harrowing part of what we were about to see was the basement, which might as well be described as a torture chamber or dungeon. Here, prisoners were indeed tortured before being executed or sent to a concentration camp. The most hard-hitting thing about it all is definitely the inscriptions prisoners made on the wall with their fingernails, mostly of sadness and yearning to see their loved ones. But there are also messages of hope, despite the despicable way in which they were being treated and abused. To find light in such a dark place is truly remarkable.
Well, the Gestapo headquarters in Cologne, that was the hard work. I mean, Janine and I don't do museums very often, but some museums we do because we feel they're very important. And that one was a very important one. It sort of opened your mind to what happened, because we were in the cells where those people were using their fingernails to write messages on the wall. Before they were tortured, after they were tortured, before they got executed, hearing their friends being executed, hearing their friends being tortured. And there was feelings of people writing down feelings of loss, feeling of sadness, but there was also feelings of utter faith and transience and hope. And they were the most interesting ones, but really, really dark stuff. I'm glad we did it, but I was glad to leave.
As soon as we walked down there, I felt a really sort of dark, kind of heavy feeling come all over me, and it was horrible. From the moment I went down there to the moment I got out the entire building, it just felt really like dark. And yeah, I just like, it was just an experience. It really was. It was interesting, but I was quite glad to get out of there. In need of some cheering up, we stumbled across one of the many Christmas markets here in Cologne. This one with the cathedral towering above it as a dramatic backdrop. Cologne has many amazing different and unique Christmas markets, each with its own theme and charm, which is possibly why it's one of the greatest Christmas markets in Germany. After testing out some crumble with mango sorbet and checking out the other amazing crafts on display, we came across the most enthusiastic seller we have seen, quite possibly ever.
Hello, we have brushes and dusters for everything. This is a brushes paradise. We have a brush for a brush to clean brushes, brooms and zippers. And we have brushes for vegetables like potatoes and carrots, brushes for cleaning mushrooms, brushing for cleaning bottles, glasses, straws, espresso machine, wine glasses, white beer glasses, brushes for the shower. We have different kind of back scratchers, brushes for radiators for the spider webs, shaving brushes, makeup brushes, brushes for table. We have brushes for cleaning mobile phone displays and keyboards. It's goat hair anti-static because of their special hair structure.
Well, I'm all for Christmas, all the happy smiles and the wishes, and I want it all, from the lights to the mistletoe. Tell me one thing, is there any...
We've come to realise that this is the best Christmas market so far in the whole world.
And we've only been here for about 20 minutes. Instantly, you know, the effort that they put into this thing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It is far surpasses anything we've been to so far.
These holiday wonders will open your mind. May all your wishes tonight come true. The love I lived, the dream I knew. This Christmas I only wanna be close to you.
gone dark. Ian's waited all day to have a beer. And we are in front of this beer house, so I think we're going to go in for a beer. What do you reckon? I'll take that as a yes then. Ooh.
Your first glute vine.
I know. Cheers.
Cheers.
May all your wishes tonight come true. The love
Cheers.
Oh,
that's good. That's really nice.
I'm all for Christmas. It's a magical time full of kisses. Take a walk outside and tickle the snowman's nose.
What are you getting?
It's by Kolsch, not just for me, for Janine. Kolsch is the famous Cologne beer, and not only is it a famous beer, but you've got to traditionally drink it traditionally as well. So basically, I can't quite work this out, and this is dangerous, but if you put a beer mat, you've got these beer mats here, if you put them on top of the beer, it either means keep serving me or stop serving me. And I've read two different things about that, saying that one is keep serving and one's stop serving. So we'll have to test it out.
This could be bizarre.
But it's €2.40 for a beer, and they just keep them coming, you know. So we'll see. Let's just see.
Yeah.
Let's test it. I got lost going to the toilets.
Cheers.
Cheers, Prost.
Ching ching.
It's a nice beer, right? That's the famous.
Yeah.
That's famous Koln beer.
Do you get to keep the glass?
Probably not.
It's such a nice glass, isn't it?
I've drunk mine because it's literally the tiniest glass ever, and we're trying to work out whether if you put the beer mat on top or not, whether they come around and do another. So I'm going to test it out now.
Everybody had a hard year.
So I just went to the toilet and I left my beer, just put my beer down and went to the toilet. I came back and I've got another one. So I should have put a coaster on top of it, I think. And then, yeah, I don't quite know, but I've got 2 beers now.
The reality is you can get into a lot of trouble here if you're drunk. Because quite quickly you had half a beer left and they brought another fresh one for you, a separate one. You could have a whole load of beers mounted up out here. Even though they're only small glasses that probably just clock up after a while. So we know now, beer mat down. Oh look, yeah. No, yeah, definitely 100%. I've seen that happen over there. Coaster, they won't fill you up. You need to know that. I'm all right with them. They can keep filling my beer up all they like.
I think we'll keep an eye on that actually.
Yeah, you need to be really careful.
Ain't nobody out there like us.
Okay, we left that place. It's not the most authentic place in the world. In fact, it's quite touristy. It's not very friendly as well. However, we did have a really nice time because we shared a table with those Americans there. And we now know the beer mat thing. So we need to go somewhere now that's a lot more authentic before we can call this a wrap, because that didn't cut the mustard.
I think all the beer and the glute vine and stuff has made my cheeks go, look, my cheeks are so red. It's my Irish roots coming through. I've got proper rosy cheeks. So yeah. Anyway, onwards we go.
I've got to go in there and pee so much. Literally, I'm going to burst. I don't care about anything else right now. I really don't.
Okay, so we are off. We're heading to one of the oldest, if not the oldest, brewery in the whole of the city. It apparently is proper traditional. And yeah, apparently it's just sort of no frills kind of place. And we are dead excited to go in.
I'd slow down if you told me it'll be alright.
Yeah,
Bitter.
beer please. Danke. I am so hot, it's incredible. My -40 jacket off. Woo.
Prost.
Prost.
It tastes better here than it does there.
Do you think?
Same beer, I think. Tastes better.
I would not know the difference.
This beer is the same beer essentially as the last place, except it's a lot nicer, a little bit cheaper, a lot nicer. Atmosphere in here is electric, a little bit unfriendly. I've got to admit, not as friendly as you would hope. But the beer is incredible. Like, you know, it's small glasses still, but I could just keep drinking this stuff all night until it's bedtime.
Yeah, but you're not gonna.
But we're gonna go and grab some food.
evening we decided to go for pizza, and after all that drinking we really needed it. The pizza here at Virtuous Pie is delicious, and as are the array of flavoured ice creams. A perfect way to end our time here in Cologne. We headed back to our Gladiator truck camper for a much needed night's sleep.
I see it all in technicolor, watching back like a movie under painted skies and hearts like thunder. See it all in technicolor, highway. See it all in technicolor, What are you seeing when you close your eyes? Where do you go when you can't sleep at night? We hide away just to ease our minds.
Hurry up.
Come hide away with me.
Good morning from Cologne, a city that we do not want to leave. Man, what a fun place this is. We could spend a lot of time here. And this park up, this Stellplatz, this air is just amazing, facing the Rhine River. And we've had beautiful weather since we've been in here, or moderate, shall we say. Not as cold as it's back home, apparently, in the UK. We still haven't reached freezing temperatures. In fact, the only time we've hit freezing temperature was in the UK. So we've got all that to come. Like, actually, I would have preferred a few days of frozen weather, because then we can prepare ourselves more. Unfortunately, it's going to hit us like a ton of bricks. I know it is as we move further forwards. And do you know what? This morning we've had conversations, and we've decided to try and go as far north as we possibly can today. The whole point is we should be into Scandinavia by now, or at least in the next few days, instead of messing about. There's too many things to see and do. So we're going to try and get as far north as possible. Two situations, one you know about. Obviously the preheater isn't done yet. Autoterm are the company that fitted it, and adventurevanlife.com, and they provide impeccable service. So the first thing they've decided to do is to try and walk me through it, see if I can do it. If it's something that I can't do and you need tools or expertise and what have you, then they're going to get an engineer on the job. Priority. Preheater done, fixed as a priority. The second thing is, I forgot to tell you this, is that we didn't actually manage to get snow chains in the end. So, I mean, which is a travesty, because we're heading into, I mean, if it started snowing now, we'd be in big trouble, I think. So I need to get them sorted. We did try 3 times from Amazon, but because of Black Friday, it was messed up continually. In fact, one of those times was we ordered some for the previous wheels, but obviously they're different measurements every single tyre that you get. We need to get that sorted. That's also a priority. And I think the next stop that we go to, where however far we make it, we might make it north of Hamburg today, is the last point, is the point of no return with regards to it's going to get more expensive, it's going to get colder, and yeah, let's just see how far we get today. Hey, madam, you ready to go?
Yes, ready.
How long have you been ready for?
I've been ready for a while, waiting for you.
Cool, let's go.
Our road trip today will take us as far north as we can stomach in one journey. We need to collect some last-minute essential bits and pieces before heading into Scandinavia to fully prepare ourselves for the snow and sub-zero temperatures that we're expecting. The weather has been kind to us so far on this trip, however we are not expecting it to be so generous when we head out into the northern parts of Norway and the Arctic Circle. But today is bright and sunny with a bit of rain, and our road trip is going to be a fair few hours long. Lunchtime! We've stopped at this services here, although it's not a services really, it's just like a place to park, and I think there's a toilet here. And we're going to cook lunch because there's a pile up on the motorway, and it's like quite a big pile up, so we're just going to wait it out and eat. Oh my gosh! Oh, that takes some leg muscles. What's for lunch, Liam?
Okay, so if you saw us go to Munich, not the one just gone, but the one before, we went to Oktoberfest, and we found this stuff for the first time, which is called Sputzler. Sorry about the pronunciation, but it's a German sort of pastry, gnocchi type thing. They look like maggots, but they're really good to cook with, especially for one-pot meals. They make it very, very simple. So I'm going to cook with this with some German sausage, chuck it all in together and see what the outcome is. But I know it's going to be good. So I'm gonna get cracking. Whilst I can literally keep an eye on the traffic from here. We've got a bit of time. You're not supposed to cook this.
What?
It's called a Fleischwurst, whatever that is, but it doesn't look. You're not supposed to cook it. It's like melting in the pan.
Oh no!
No, seriously, it's like properly like melting. Look at that.
Oh no!
Literally one of the most unappetising things I've ever seen in my life. Honestly, it's like Percy pigs, melted Percy pigs.
Oh my god, that looks revolting. I refuse to eat it.
Stop saying that. Don't worry, I won't force you to eat it.
Oh, it looks really good.
It's really good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it's so good. It's just walnuts, courgettes, spinach, spätzle, pesto, spring onions, and that's it. And we're going to put some cheese on top of it and some bacon bits as well for some bit of crunch. And Janine picked up a German pretzel earlier, which are almost always vegan, so that's all good. And we're going to really enjoy this German meal.
Just about to eat these bacon bits, and we've realised that you actually were just eating one. You actually have to hydrate them in order to eat them. So they come out like, they're really crunchy, but they're just not right when they're not hydrated.
They don't taste right at all.
No. So we'll have to save them for another time.
I'll be a warm place to lay when you're feeling cold, and I'll be all in when you wanna fold. When we're dancing.
Okay, cool. That food was absolutely awesome. And now we have to do the washing up. And washing up in here is a bit of a challenge because two people can't go up by the sink, so you can't, and there's nowhere to put it as well, so you have to use the table in the middle, and you have to do complete and utter teamwork. So Liam's normally washing up and I'm drying up because I'm always in this corner, so that's what we're going to do now.
I try every day for you, and I will be.
Okay, cool, so it is starting to get dark now. It's spitting with rain. The traffic's cleared. It's 4:30 in the afternoon and already it's going to be nighttime soon. So we're just going to get going. Good to go.
Good to go. Let's go. It's getting dark. Get in.
I know.
I'll be the butt of the joke if it means we both laugh. The unaware, bunny-eared man in the photograph. I'd give the whole of my heart if it means you get half. Darling, please, will be my better half. And I will be, yeah, I will be. I will be whatever you need me to be.
Stand out a bit.
Do we?
Well, yeah, because there's only cars really, and then there's us. There's
I mean,
no other...
it's late. I can't believe this is this full.
I know.
And it's the only one I could see on Parthenon. We're finished. We've done a huge journey. I'm so pleased.
So am I.
That was well worth it. Good morning from the canal here, and welcome to Lübeck. We got here last night. in the dark and didn't know what to expect. But this is one just big car park right by a canal, estuary. The reason why I say estuary is because we're literally on the coast. We flew past Hanover and Hamburg, and we are now on the north coast of Germany, which is really exciting for us because just over the water here is Scandinavia. Sweden's over there. To get to Sweden, we have to go through Denmark, which we're also looking forward to. We're looking forward to all of it. Surely now the next part of our trip is going to be when we are expecting icy weather, and I think the honeymoon period's over. All of that warm weather we had is just freak, and it's just come to an end. It's a lot colder today, and tomorrow it's going to be freezing, and now as we go further forwards it's going to be snow and ice territory, I'm sure. Something that we've got to prepare for, so we're going to spend a couple of days here. This is probably a pretty decent stopover for us, where we'll probably spend a couple of nights because we can obviously edit here. It's got the mix of industry, so I'll be able to find, hopefully, snow chains, get the preheater sorted. I've got some DIY type jobs to do as well, and it's also looks like a really pretty little town as well. I've heard that this is the world capital of marzipan, which Janine is so excited about. We're going to go and test that out and see what that's all about soon as well. And the next time we see her, we will be heading into Scandinavia. Almost definitely, if nothing goes wrong, we'll be going there. So please wish us luck on that. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It really, really does help. And if you want to see how we get on next time with our first ever entry point into Scandinavia, Janine and I have never been before, never been to any cold climates like that before. It's going to be very interesting, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.